For the APC leaders that are going, I wish them a lot of good luck. You know, for the leaders like Kefas and the likes. And like we say, it's all political stability they are looking for. And for Minister Wike, happy birthday to him. But I also think there is storm ahead.
On Arise Morning Show today, Rufai Oseni Reuben Abati examined the growing concern over Nigeria's shrinking opposition space, following Taraba State Governor Agbu Kefas' decision to join the APC.
Because with Fubara going to the APC now, I think he had played him in the game of chess. And when you look at it, who will President Tinubu want to do a deal with? A minister or an incumbent governor that is in the APC? When you stretch the conversation, they will say, Wike is not in the APC, he's a member of the PDP. So, APC now has the lawmakers and Fubara. Even if the lawmakers that are loyal to Wike are disgruntled, but loyalties can easily switch. And I'm sure Wike should remember that. And that's why people were telling him, you will have just stuck with your own political party because things did not favor you, rather than go to support somebody you don't know too well about. Because I heard him say, oh, he supported President Tinubu because he believed in power coming to the South. No. If the same Wike was made running mate to Atiku Abubakar, he would not talk about Southern presidency.
The situation becomes even more complex in Rivers State, where Governor Siminalayi Fubara has also aligned with the APC, while Nyesom Wike remains publicly loyal to President Tinubu but technically still rooted in the PDP.
I don't know how many of them will come and say, nobody came out. I have never hidden my intention, I've never hidden my position. Everybody in this country knows right from day one. I said I will support Tinubu. Most of them couldn't come out to say it. Now position has been crumbled. So now I say, oh, we are afraid.
We know how much he really wanted to be running mate. When he couldn't get, and you see, that's why when politicians come out and say, I'm doing it for the people ideology, they don't have ideologies about themselves. When Wike couldn't get the presidential slots in the PDP, his next effort was to be running mate to Atiku Abubakar. It was because that didn't pan out. That's why he now said, okay, you know, I've got nothing to lose. A lot of the things Wike is saying today, if he was running mate to Atiku Abubakar, he will not say them. But now we can see a game that's been played against him now. Who will Fubara work? Who will the President Tinubu work with in the state? Is it a Fubara and the State House of Assembly that are already in the APC, or a Wike that is now fringe as far as I'm concerned? So these are things we should look at tactically. And our commensurations to the Bayelsa state once again.
If we don't know how he died, let me say it clear today that I have directed an autopsy that will reveal the cause of the death of our beloved deputy governor.
And we hope that they don't turn this into a political matter. They say an autopsy is going to be done. We cannot, negate the fact that the deputy governor was a real hard worker, was a man that believed so much in his own convictions, and he will be closely remembered for that. Real quickly, just a quick comment. I don't think the outright ban by the Education Ministry as regards people going to another school to be able to take terminal exams is the solutions to special centers. The question is, how can we crack that vestiges of special centers that run in our society?
All right.
The debate raises a deeper political question. What happens when opposition figures cross over to the ruling party, and how does that reshape power dynamics ahead of 2027? For analysts, this moment tests the strength of Nigeria's multi-party democracy, and whether internal party loyalty still holds any meaning.
Agbu Kefas, Dr. Agbu Kefas of Taraba, he was the one that led the Bola Tinubu administration fact-finding mission. I think, was it to Republic of Benin or Cameroon most recently? So he has been romancing the APC. And so now he says he's going to join the APC, and that the announcement will be made, and that the reason it was suspended is because of, the abduction of children and all that. Look, the big issue is the progression of Nigeria towards a one-party state. After Governor Agbu Kefas of Taraba, maybe other governors will join. So at the end of the day, you have, an imaginary, or an imagined, or a fait accompli one-party state. But I keep making the point that the Tinubu administration, the APC government, should learn from history. In the First Republic, there was this attempt to, cancel inclusivity and impose a one-party state on Nigeria. We know how it ended up in 1964 in the Western region. In 1983, the Shagari administration was talking about landslide victory. We know what happened. It is important to allow the opposition to thrive. So what we are having now is a reign of opportunism where everybody is wearing the Tinubu logo, everybody for their own selfish reasons, not necessarily because they love President Bola Tinubu. We have not seen the end of the story. It's Taraba today. Maybe it will be another state next tomorrow. Now, Doye Diri and Dr. Erujako, I've said it on this table that I saw Dr. Erujako when I went to moderate discussions celebrating, marking 10 years of the death of Governor Alami Esia. He was healthy, he looked very well, and all of that. He was, all over the place supporting his boss. But there's this thing called sudden death syndrome. His death came suddenly, and I think that a lesson here, because of these repeated cases of sudden death that we have, is that everyone should take care of his health. Whether you are over 60, or you are 60, or you are over 40, is very important. But Governor Doyediri has a strong point by saying this should not be politicized. And I guess what he was alluding to was the fact that the deputy governor, now of blessed memory, refused to join the APC. He being an acolyte of countryman Seriake Dixon, whom he had served for 8 years as Commissioner for Works and Infrastructure, and in which capacity, despite being a lawyer, that he distinguished himself. So there's a lot of speculation, in the country, in Bayelsa State, and Governor Doediri is saying, no, don't speculate. This has nothing to do with politics. Don't politicize death. He may have died, and we are all grieving because he was a very resourceful, talented, well-educated deputy governor. And I think that point made by Governor Diri should be taken to heart as the main issue. As for Wike saying he has devoted his life to President Tinubu, that's his choice. If he likes, he can even change his name and become Nyesom Tinubu, so you cannot question him. He has the right to change his name. So whatever he decides is his business. Okay, but we would like to congratulate him on his 50th birthday. He's 58, may he see 60, may he live to be 120, which is times 2 of 60. But if he says he's a Tinubu man, well, that's his choice. He can even change his name. The Constitution allows it.